My name is Dr. Precious Makiyi. I'm a mental health specialist working in Malawi. The setting of this book, which is talking about the struggle that a young man from Neno went through due to the diagnosis of schizophrenia. So I was asked to write a foreword about this book, to which in my write-up I gave an overview of the epidemiology or the magnitude of the problem or the disorder of childhood onset schizophrenia. We are saying childhood onset schizophrenia because ideally schizophrenia usually manifests in adults. However, statistically, it's been shown that most of the disorders which manifest in adulthood, specifically about 50% of disorders which show manifest in adulthood start by the age of 14 years, and the majority, 75%, starts by the age of 24. So you can see that usually they get diagnosed at a later stage because of various reasons, which also has implications when it comes to management, because the longer somebody stays without management, without medical help, the more difficult it becomes for that person to be treated and fully recover. So in the context of Malawi, there are various reasons ranging from beliefs that people have concerning mental disorders in general, and more in particular in children, because usually for children with mental health problems, they're usually seen as a difficult child, or this child has been bewitched. Oftentimes such children are often seen as witches. The belief is that if a child is not behaving the way a child should behave in the social context, then obviously that child is a witch. So by the time that this child gets to be diagnosed, it's usually very late when the issue is advanced. So these beliefs, this attitude have implication on health-seeking behavior. So but also, people usually don't really know that children also have mental health problems like depression, schizophrenia. So usually it becomes even more difficult for parents, for relatives to be convinced to take a child to the hospital to seek help. So this is one of the challenges that are there in the context of childhood mental health problems in Malawi and in Africa in common. So globally, childhood schizophrenia affects 0.4% children, which looks small because as I've said, there are sometimes even in the most experienced clinicians struggle to diagnose schizophrenia in childhood because of the way it presents. It doesn't present the usual pattern of schizophrenia in adulthood. Usually it presents in a unique pattern, which makes it difficult for people to diagnose it. So usually this 0.4% could be an underestimate of the magnitude of the problem. Suffice to say that in Malawi, the mental health practice doesn't enjoy a good history because of the way the service developed. Historically, mental health practice in Malawi originated at the Zomba Maximum Prison, where a wing was put in place, and they called it Zomba Lunatic Asylum, which usually was taking care of prisoners who developed psychiatric conditions like schizophrenia. So as you can see, based on this history, mental disorders have a negative connotation. either caused by witchcraft, someone is demon possessed, or because the people who are being diagnosed officially were prisoners. So obviously it could be something like a punishment, because somebody has committed an offense and they have this condition. So this has obviously implications when it comes to health-seeking behavior and even compliance to medication. So I welcome you to grab a copy of this book. It's quite an interesting one, I must say. And as Dr. Precious Makiyi, as one of the mental health professionals in Malawi, I implore you to read it. It's worth reading. Perhaps it can help you to change your mindset about mental health, and perhaps it can also save somebody in your community, because the knowledge that you're going to get from this book, perhaps it can help you to enlighten somebody who might have a child with schizophrenia like symptoms to seek professional help. Thank you so much.